This season has been heartbreak for Coventry City as they got knocked out of the playoffs in the cruelest way possible by Sunderland in the dying seconds of extra time. But honestly, they can hold their heads up with pride, because when Lampard took charge in November last year, they were sat 17th, but by the end of the campaign, they were 5th. And that is a phenomenal achievement, but I think I can do better. So Frankie Lampard, I apologise, but I'm taking your place as Coventry City's brand new manager. And I'm actually going to get them into the Premier League and make them the best team in the world. But it's not going to be that simple, as I can't spend a penny on transfers, and I'm also not allowed to use the youth academy. I'm only allowed to sign free agents. And so we join Coventry at the very end of the championship campaign from last season, where they have just crashed out of the playoffs, losing to the Black Cats 3-2. Which I've got to say, after watching both legs, I honestly thought Frankie Lampard would have done it. Unfortunately though, he didn't, which means this team remains in the championship for next year. And on paper guys, you've got to think they're one of the favourites to get promotion. With players like Jack Radoni, you got Haji Wright, Ben Sheaf, Milan van Ewijk. It's also, as you can see, quite similar to Sunderland in the fact that it's a really young team. However, stats wise, they didn't exactly do all that well, did they? Haji Wright got 12 and 1 and 29, which isn't bad. Radoni managed to get 9 and 13 and 47, 7-2 for Ali Sims and 45. But you do have to remember, when Lampard took charge of them, they were 17th. To get to the playoffs, they definitely must have done something right. However, it's now my job to finish what Lampard started and get them back in the Prem. However, we're obviously doing it the difficult way, using free agents only, and with that comes one rule, and one rule alone we've got to follow. And that's that we aren't allowed at any time to sign any free agent higher rated than our highest rated player. Which in our case means we can't sign anyone above 74 rated. Which, to be fair, isn't exactly a bad thing, is it? Because I reckon this team's only 2 or 3 really solid signings away from promotion anyways. Obviously though, because we are at the end of this season, we can't make any signings until next year, and on top of that, I'm not making any tactical changes until we do, because you never just know who we'll find in that free agents list. I've got to say though guys, as we roll into season 2, we've made our very first signing, and I'm telling you now, not only is he a short-term good signing, he's a long-term good signing in my opinion, as we have just signed Enzo Loidis for absolutely nothing. Here's why he's a good signing though. He's mid-20s, he's 74 rated, insanely well-rounded stats for a box-to-box midfielder. He's already one of our best players and will slot perfectly into our midfield. As for our next signing, I believe he will be a game changer as well, as we've signed goalkeeper Raul Rangel for free as well. As you can see, he's only mid-20s, he's 74 rated, solid stats, especially for the championship. And with us still being in a lower league, that gives him ample chance to have dynamic potential to hit him like a truck and progress like mad. However, unfortunately, these two are the only signings we're going to be making, because unfortunately, our highest rated players aren't high enough rated for the other ballers we could have snapped up. And this is what I'm talking about. These lot are just a handful of players we just missed out on. Gotta say though, I'm gutted about Israel Reyes. He could have made such a difference early on for us. However, this team will have to go without them, as this is how it's looking so far. But now that the signings are done and we know who we're working with, it is now time to tactically mess around with these guys. And so for our first proper season with them, we're going for the 4-4-1-1 with a counter-attacking build-up style and a fairly deep line. And we might be in a 4-4-1-1, but with how I've got them lined up when we're on the ball, it's a totally different formation. And this is exactly what I mean guys, it goes from a 4-4-1-1 to a 4-3-3 attack. And something tells me this is going to work a treat in the championship, as this is the new and improved Coventry City team going into our first proper season with them. And I know that Ben Sheaf is currently out of position, but don't worry, he's on a training plan to be converted to a centre mid. Other than that though, there's nothing else I can really do to help this team. It's just a case now of whether what we've done is going to work or not. And guys, it has to be said, judging by these stats at the end of the season, I reckon we've done way damn better. I mean, obviously these stats don't mean we finished inside the top 6, but they're certainly better than last year's in real life stats, so that's a damn good start straight away. And on paper, bar maybe 1 or 2 players, this actually is a Premier League standard team. The question is though, are we going to become one next year, or are we going to stay put in the championship again? Well, okay, we are officially in the playoffs again alongside the Saints, Sheffield United, United and Norwich. We're halfway there, guys. We just need 3 really good games now. Make that one as we've beaten the Blades 3-2 on aggregate in the semis. And we've done it first time. We've beat the Saints in the playoff final. Coventry City are promoted. Isn't it ironic, though, that we beat the team that finished higher than us to get promotion? I mean, that's just football, isn't it? As for the FA Cup, we smashed it. Look at this. Chelsea knocked us out in the semis. And they also knocked us out in the Carabao Cup. I know I support them, but that's just taking the mick. However, with this team being in the Premier League next year, you'd think I'd be worried, but I actually aren't. There's a lot riding for us. For starters, like I've already said, this team just needs a couple of really solid signings next season. And because Milan van Ewijk is 79 rated now, we can sign free agents up to that overall, which is going to be a game changer next year. Well, I say it'll be a game changer. That all depends on this free agents list, because if it doesn't deliver, we might end up getting relegated straight away. But I heard if you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, that won't happen and we'll survive our first season back in the Prem. Here we are though, season 3 is here with Coventry City and we've officially got them in the Prem. But as I've just said, now it's time to make sure we stay there. And in order to do that, I think we need to improve this defence first and foremost. I know with free agents you get what you're given, but that is what we need to look for the most. I also wouldn't mind improving this midfield a little bit, maybe get a new goalkeeper too. And to be honest, I do actually feel quite confident we'll get some decent players, because early on in career mode, that's where you get them the most. And this is what I'm talking about, man. We have just signed Kieran Tierney on a free. Granted, he's almost 30, but he's 78 rated, plenty of Premier League experience, and he plays in our weakest position, so that's one of our biggest problems sorted just like that. Joining Kieran Tierney though is Solly March, who joins us on a free as well. And granted, he is 31, but he's a major improvement for that right midfielder role. However, our third and final signing of this window will possibly keep us in the Premier League, as we've signed Florian Schäfer on a free. He's only 18, 6'5", 79 rated, and I'm very aware he's a regen, but don't worry, I'm going to try and keep it to a minimum. Gotta say though, with those 3 in our team, it is vastly improved. There is one more thing I do want to do though, especially now that we're in the Prem, and that's bring our line way deeper. Because a high line might have worked in the Championship, but in the Premier League we can't afford that, especially as a newly promoted side. But that is officially everything we can do to help this Coventry City team, and hopefully it works, and by the time the season comes to an end, they'll still be a Premier League side. And there we have it, folks. Coventry City 15th in the Prem. Once again, we'll be playing Premier League football next year. All these newly promoted sides make this look so difficult. I signed 3 free agents and I pulled it off. And look at this, we once again made the semis of the FA Cup. That's 2 years in a row we've smashed it in this competition. But it's also 2 years in a row that we crashed out in round 3 of the Carabao Cup. Honestly though, who cares? All that really matters is this team's come on leaps and bounds this season. Honestly, the progression's been absolutely nuts. You've got Enzo Loidas going up by 3, you've got Milan van Ewijk going up by 1, Radoni up by 4, Schäfer up by 4, which by the way means we can now sign free agents up to 83 rated next season. The stats, however, aren't as good as last year, but to be honest, we are in the top division of English football, so that was to be expected. Going forward though, there's no real position I'd like to single out. At this point, every single player in that team is replaceable. Ideally though, we do need a couple of better centre-backs, we need a couple of better wingers, and a stronger centre-mid than Sheaf. But like I've already said, guys, you get what you're given in the free agents list. We just need to get a little bit lucky. Well guys, as we arrive into the new season with Coventry City, I would say for the short term at least, we have been pretty damn lucky. And that's because we have managed to sign Thomas Lemar for that centre midfield role. Granted, he is 31 years old, but he's 78 overall with incredibly well-rounded stats. And I personally think we'll get at least 2 good years out of him. Our luck, however, doesn't end with Lemar, as Theo Young joins us on a free as well. And this guy's a beast. He's only 17, already 78 rated, showing great potential. Yeah, we've signed another long-term player here. And to make things even better, we've just signed a centre-back partner, Julian Bianco, who, whilst granted isn't as good as Theo Young, is definitely better than the previous 2 centre-backs. And guys, I'm loving the looks of this team. We've got a much stronger defence, we've got a better midfield, and the best thing, we still aren't done yet, as we found a winger in Nuno Santos, a 32-year-old 79 rated left midfielder. We also managed to find fullback Danilo Vega, who's only 24, 76 rated. And finally, Ronald joins us, a 26-year-old right midfielder who's 76 rated. And that, I think, think will do for now. Because it's safe to say our transfer business this year has been pretty damn good. And just look at the team because of it, man, it's easily the strongest it's been under my management so far. And I know Lamar and Santos are both very short-term plays for this project. In a couple of years' time though, I'm hoping to find their replacements. For now though, it's time to see if this team's got what it takes to start creeping up that Premier League table. And they haven't disappointed. We've creeped up the table 5 spots. We are top 10. But guys, if you take a closer look at the table, we've had an even more impressive season than you might think. Because we are only 5 points outside the top 6, a further 8 points outside the top 4. Which says one thing and one thing alone to me: we aren't far away from European football. This time though, we've had a rotter in the FA Cup as Lincoln knock us out. And we only made it to round 4 of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I suppose you can't have it all your own way, can you? The thing is that when you look at this team after 4 years, we're at that point now where we know who to trust going forward and we know who we do need to try and replace. Santos and Lamar are the obvious two, but they were only a short-term thing anyway. Bianco and Ronald are the other two. I actually thought Ronald would have done a little bit better this year in terms of growth. And you would think I'd be seeing Haji Wright and Vega too. But honestly, I think they're going to go the distance for us. I'm not sure about that, but there's a slight chance that I could be right. I mean, look at Haji Wright's stats: 21 goals and 5 assists in 39 games. But I've literally just realised he's 30 years old, so maybe we should be looking for an alternative. The good news is though, we know exactly which positions to replace, we know exactly which positions to leave alone. It's just a question of whether that free agents list is going to come in clutch for us. I have to be honest though, I've been through this free agents list extensively and thoroughly, and there's only 3 players I can realistically sign, and none of them are up to the standard I'd like them to be at. However, that is slightly harsh on our first signing in Juan Cordoba, because he is only 24 years old, he's 75 rated already, and with Nuno Santos on the decline, we've definitely got a suitable replacement for now. Our following signing though isn't that special, as Nathan Wood joins us for 5 years. In fairness though, his in-game stats aren't too bad. He's 26 years old, 75 rated, but if we're going to be honest, he'll be nothing more than squad depth for that centre-back role. However, our third and final signing might be a game changer, as Filippo Di Stefano joins us for 5 years too. And this is why I like him. He's only 24, he's 75 rated, pretty quick, got good shooting, got good dribbling, and with Haji Wright in his 30s now, he might just be the perfect replacement. So with that said, we're going to trust him. Haji Wright's going out on loan this season, just to give Di Stefano an actual shot to show us what he's got. And there we go, not much has really changed in this side, but it definitely is looking a little bit stronger than last season, isn't it? I'm just really hoping Di Stefano comes in clutch for us, because if he shows good signs this season, we might have just found our brand new striker. And honestly, looking at the stats, it's not bad at all. He's got 14 and 6 in 31 games, and he's also grown to 78 rated. I'm telling you, we might have just found our brand new striker here. The thing is as well, he's not the only one that's progressed. Pretty much everybody has in this team. Last year though, we were this close to European football, so have we taken that next step, or have we gone backwards? We've taken the leap, guys. We are top 6 in the Prem. We've got European football next year, and we were only 4 points outside the top 4. I know this is me being greedy, but I feel like next year that's gotta be our objective. In the FA Cup though, we once again had a stinker in round 3, but this time made the Carabao Cup semi-finals. It's got me curious this size. Do you reckon we'll actually win one of these by the time the video's over or not? I personally couldn't care less as long as this team keeps improving. And in order to do that next year, there's 2 positions we need to sort out. And that is our centre-back role where Bianco plays, and our centre-mid role where Lamar plays. Everywhere else I'm quite content with. It's just those 2 positions that if we sort out, we could definitely get top 4 football next season. And as we enter the new season with Coventry, we've gone through this free agents list, and I'm happy to say we got a short-term replacement and a long-term replacement. Our short-term replacement is Fabian Ruiz, who comes in for Thomas Lamar. He's the same age as Lamar right now, but he's much better, as you can see. However, next year or the year after, we desperately need a younger centre-mid if possible. We don't have to worry about this though with that centre-back role, as we've just found Juan Herzog on the free agents list. And as you can see, he's 4 years young in the Biancone and levels above him. And hopefully if we get his development right, he could be our endgame centre-back. And for the first time since becoming Coventry City's brand new manager, there's literally no weakness now in our team, but that doesn't mean I'm done with them just yet. Because going forward, I'm having them in the 4-3-3 attacking formation. This way, everybody will naturally be more attacking, we'll convert the left midfielder and right midfielders to proper wingers, and because our team's better, our defensive line is much higher. And I don't know why, but I feel like everybody in this formation will play much better. However, with that one, only time will tell. And guys, I've got to say, judging by our stats, I feel like at the very least, our front four are definitely playing better. Especially Ronald, 30 and 11 for him, 14 and 12 for Radoni, 14 and 1 for Di Stefano, 13 and 10 for Cordoba. This genuinely might be the turning point. Okay, this is insane. We've only freaking won the Premier League. I genuinely have no idea how we've done that. We should not be winning the Premier League just yet. Top 4, definitely. Premier League title, absolutely not. But we've done it nonetheless. We did it by 2 points with the best goal difference in the entire league. There's only 2 reasonable explanations to why this happened. Either A, we are just the best team in the Premier League right now, or B, everybody else is just ass. Moving on to the FA Cup, we are still terrible in this competition as Palace knocked us out in round 4. And the Blades knocked us out in round 3 of the Carabao Cup. Premier League champions but can't beat Sheffield United. Go make it make sense, please. We do, however, have one more competition to go through. I thought it was the Europa League, but it's the Conference League, and as you can see, we've wiped the floor with the league phase. And we also wiped the floor with SC Basel in the round of 16. But Strasbourg get the better of us in the quarters, which when we're playing Champions League football next year, isn't the best sign. The thing is though, this team have just become the Premier League champions, so there's no chance we should be classing ourselves as the underdogs going into the Champions League, but that's what it feels like. If we are to compete though, we need a stronger striker than Di Stefano, and we need to replace Ruiz. Other than that though, I think we are set to have a really solid chance to at the very least compete in the Champions League. And guys, as we enter the new season with Coventry, we finally have a little bit of luck back on our sides. Because we've just signed centre midfielder Mikel Juregzor for absolutely nothing. And prior to finding him, I'd never even heard of this guy before. But I certainly have now. He's mid-20s, 85 rated, insanely well-rounded. Guys, after years of trying to find another centre midfielder, we finally got one. Our luck, though, didn't run out with that one transfer, as we have signed striker Yannick Lefebvre for absolutely nothing. Yes, I've butchered this guy's name, but I don't really care. Because he is exactly what we've been looking for. He's 20, he's 82 rated, already fantastic. In just 2 transfers, we've completed exactly what we wanted to do. And there they are in the team that's already just won the Premier League. But if you think I'm stopping there in this transfer window, you are having a bubble. So I went back into that free agents list to see who else I could find, and I just so happened to stumble upon Lucas Paqueta, who's 32 years old, 79 rated. I then found another centre midfielder in Manu Morlanes, who's 31, 77 rated. Romain Favier was also in that free agents list, a 31-year-old right winger who's 77 rated that's perfect for squad depth. We also found a powerhouse keeper in the making in Christian Ayala, who's only 20 years old, 80 overall. And finally, to wrap up this transfer window, Eberiche Eze, who's 32 years old, 82 rated, joins us on a free as well. And that will definitely do. I mean, bloody hell, look how many players we've just signed. Not only now is our starting 11 absolutely ready for the season ahead, we have for the first time since taking charge of Coventry got some really good squad depth. Guys, I'm not being funny, we could go all the way in the UCL. We've easily got one of the best keepers in the world, one of the best cams in the world, we've finally got a fantastic midfielder, and we've got Ronald, who's a goal machine. Not to mention all the players we've just added to the squad too. I'm telling you, this season is going to be a big one. And would you look at this, once again, we are the best team in the Premier League. This time though, it wasn't even close, we were 16 points clear. And we're also adding an FA Community Shield to our cabinet. We however don't win the FA Cup, and we don't win the Carabao Cup. Honestly though, out of the 5 competitions we're in, there's only one I'm focused on. And that is the Champions League, where we haven't done too well in the league phase, but we are through to the playoffs. That though is where we smash AC Milan 5-2 on aggregate. We narrowly beat AS Monaco in the round of 16. We beat Barca in the quarters. And we've smashed Arsenal in the semis. We're playing PSG in the final. Let's just hope that they're not as good as they are in real life. But I'm not holding my breath, guys. Look at that front three. Endrick, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia. That's scummy alone, never mind the rest of the team. To be fair though, our front four isn't bad. Radoni's got 22 goal contributions, 19 for Cordoba. Ronald got 22 and 16, 31 and 5 for our new striker. Guys, they ain't bad numbers. And going into the final against PSG, this is the team, except for Milan Van Ewijk because the donkey's got himself suspended. This team though has been hella impressive so far, don't you think? 2 Premier League titles and a Community Shield all in 7 years. And we could add yet another trophy to that collection in the Champions League. We've just got to somehow get past the final boss of the Champions League in PSG. Gotta say, usually I go into finals quite confident because we've built a fantastic team. But the fact that we're going against Kvaratskhelia with a crap centre-back, I'm not confident at all. But hang on, we've got a good chance ourselves here, Cordoba. Okay, can we get past... Oh, that's gorgeous. That is beautiful. That is beyond sensational. That was actually gorgeous, man. 6 minutes in, 1-0 up thanks to some beautiful play. Cordoba, our left winger, draws Schlotterbeck out, leaves our striker completely open, and that's the easiest goal of his career. However, PSG haven't had an attack yet, and they are about to. Kvaratskhelia is wide open, and he's just wasted that, which is a damn good job, because if he'd have used his noggin, we'd definitely be back on level terms right now. Oh, that's a good friggin' attempt from Kvaratskhelia. Bro, we're lucky you can't finish his dinner. Guys, I'm going to say this. Beating PSG is not going to be bloody easy. Endrick on the ball here. Another good save from our keeper. Gathered. Good lad, Schaefer. Here comes Radon. Oh my, you dirty little shite. Give him a red card for that. Bloody taking me out from behind. Make life easy for me. Go on, ref. Do it. Do it. Grow some more, you pussy. Kvaratskhelia on the ball. Dembele. Oh, there's no way. Oh my god, what a save. That was actually insane reflexes, man. Fair play. Here's Ogden Chaser. Oh, Kvaratskelia's there. And that's freaking one apiece, man. I swear to God. PSG are a nightmare. Like, since we went 1-0 up, they have been absolutely destroying us. We haven't even had a sniff. Oh, Lloydis though. Lloydis. Oh, get on the rebound. Oh, my days. And there's our one chance until we get the ball back off them again. So that's it until the second half, basically. Here we come, though. Oh, Schlotterbeck getting in the bleeding way, you donkey. 45 minutes to go. My rumours are finished. The fan is blaring. Kvaratskhelia against a dodgy centre-back, and we need 45 minutes to have a really good off and get a goal. I've been in worse positions. Here comes Kvaratskhelia, the man of the hour. Okay, he's back on the ball. Good defending. Okay, can we release our man? Yes, we can. Okay, can he get past his man? Oh my god. This might be the second. This might be the second. Get in there. 7 minutes in. We're back in front. But we might not be in front for long. Kvaratskhelia is back on the ball against our defender, who's not very good. Okay, they're just teasing us here. They're still on the ball, though. We cannot... Oh, this is another goal. Oh, my freaking God. PSG all... Bro, I can't explain how annoying they are, man. They don't score, and it's literally not even 5 minutes after we go ahead that they get one back. So jarring, man. Seriously. Or hang on. Okay, we could... do you know what? We've done really well. Oh, my God. He has just torn them apart, and he didn't even try. Okay, that was decent. A bit of taste of their medicine, eh? God, what a damn game for a neutral. It'd be appreciated, though, if we could, like, you know, not concede, like, straight away. That'd be like, really nice. Have you noticed what they're doing, though? They're on high press. High press. That's how they get you. Ronald on the ball, though. Oh, we're going to try and feed our man through. Oh, we've got him through, you know. Oh, my God. He's actually showing us what he can do here. Okay, Ronald back on the ball on his left foot. That wouldn't have been a bad goal. Okay, Dembele on the ball now. He's going to find Valverde. Valverde is going to find Santos in the... Oh, my God, above. What a tackle. Radoni on the ball. Okay, can we do something good? Oh, this has got a fourth goal written all over it. Can we make it happen, though? Yes, we can. We finally got a cushion. 12 minutes to go. We're 4-2 up. I cannot explain how satisfying that is, man. Thank God for that. Like, imagine working so hard to get in front just to, like, fail, like, 5 minutes after, and doing that twice in a row. Kvaratskhelia on the ball, though. He's going to try and fight. Oh, well, that's no worries for us at all, is it? Lloydis. Okay, we're going to go inside. How the hell they didn't intercept that, I'll never know. Do have the ball here, though. Okay. Oh, my God. Young. Fair play. We could get a fourth. No, not a fourth. A fifth here if we play our cards right, and we... Well, that's all she wrote, guys. The full-time whistle's gone. Coventry 4, PSG 2. Not only are we the best team in the Premier League, we are the best team in the world. And that is with free agents only in like, what technically actually 6 seasons in total. Which gotta be honest, isn't bad going at all. I mean, at this point we've won 2 Premier League titles, an FA Community Shield as well. I'm a bit gutted we didn't win the FA or Carabao, actually especially the Conference League. I thought for sure we'd have won that. But the lads thought, you know what, let's skip the Conference League and win the Champions League instead. And because they did that, my job with them is done. If you have enjoyed this video, would like to see more content like this in the near future, drop this video a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see another one of my videos right this second, I reckon you should click right here to watch this, because this one isn't bad at all either.